What's good, y'all? Lonnie Appleton here, and can we talk about the destruction of the black male? Now, look, these are not things that I sit and contemplate. I promise you, I be sleeping, minding my business, and then Holy Spirit be like, psst, hey, think about this. That's interesting. That's interesting. So here's how we got here. Something I've noticed about my spiritual gifting, I share everything about me because one, Holy Spirit told me to, but I do because if you can study me, you can start studying yourself. I've gone my entire life wishing I had a teacher. Well, now I know my only teacher is the Holy Spirit, but also, can I have a demonstration? The story I tell often, first of all, if you're not familiar with me, I'm going to teach and all. I'm going to tell you a bunch of stuff before I get to the point, but I'm growing all of you. Regular teachers going to get to one point. Me, I'm going to hit boop, 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 boop. Everything inside of you didn't even know need to be hit. I often tell the story of the 3-minute mile. 4-minute mile was a record for 9 years. That record was held because it was believed that it was humanly impossible to run faster than a 4-minute mile until a medical student pulled up and did a 3.3 second mile. 3 minute, 3 second. Maybe, I don't know. He shaved like seconds off the mile. Took 9 years. And then boom, days later, his record was shaved off by a few milliseconds. The reason why I tell that story is people believe things aren't possible until they see it's possible. That record was held for 9 years until someone broke it, and then 1 days later it was broke again, and now we just see the record being broken over and over and over again because it's possible. So I share my story, which is why I'm publishing my journals, book 1, 2, and 3 available on Amazon now, book 4 available January 1st. I tell my story, I share my life because it is entirely possible to walk yourself out of Satan's deception. It is entirely possible to crucify your flesh. I've done it. I went through the darkness now. Don't pick up my books thinking you're going to meet Christian Lonnie until 2025. You're going to meet Christian Lonnie in 2025. But when you walk through 2022, 2023, 2024, you're going to walk through me shedding all of the lies, where God says, you know me in your mind and you know me in your mouth, but you don't know me in your heart. I had to get to a point where I could know him in my heart, which means I had to deconstruct and speak it out in order to get to the truth. And so that's why I share my journals. That's why they're published and available on Amazon. Because I want you guys to see that it is entirely possible to walk yourself out of this lie. What I know to be true is Jesus came into the pits and the gates, which are not locked. The gates of hell on earth are not locked. He walked into hell, came and grabbed me, and walked me out. Hell on earth. You don't have to die to get to hell. What do you describe this? This is hell. But back to the point. Destruction of the black male. While I'm reading my Bible, I see characters like, well, I shouldn't say characters, people. These are real people. We got to get in our head. These are real people in this Bible. That was something I had to overcome. These are real people. This is a historical document. It's a law book. It's a historical document. It's a living document. The Bible is so much, y'all. Y'all better get into the Bible tea and get it tattooed on your heart before the Bibles disappear, because that's what I believe is going to happen. Once we truly tap into our connection to our God consciousness, which is within the pages of that Bible, and our relationship with Christ, they're going to make those Bibles disappear. It's going to become illegal to have a Bible. In America? In America. America just cultivated the illusion of free will. Now, to think the illusion of free will, free choice. Free will? What is free will? What is free choice? We're only supposed to do one will. So I'm looking at Aaron's bloodline. When Aaron was chosen as a priest, his bloodline became priest. When you're reading in Genesis and the different books that talk about who begat who, the carpenters begat carpenters, the herdsmen begat herdsmen, the metalworkers begat metalworkers, the kings begat kings. What does this have to do with the black male? Well, before I got into the Bible, what I've noticed, and this is why I went through that whole thing in the beginning, I share how I get to the places I get to so you can start paying attention to yourself. Something I've noticed about myself is within my gifting and my calling and why I'm on this earth, I talk about the same things over and over and over again. Now, that is not to be confused with cycles, but I have been talking about slavery long as I can remember. I actually used to joke, there's a video on here that says me and my husband only talk about slavery, and there's 2 other topics I can't remember, but we always talked about slavery. I bring up slavery because if we think about the Willie Lynch letters, true or not, they said to target a pregnant black female with a black male and a black male child. So they are targeting specifically the black male twice in the Willie Lynch letter on how to make a slave. Why are they targeting the black male? Now, I'm not looking at slavery from earthly realm anymore. I'm looking at slavery from a spiritual realm. I believe that the tribe of Judah the Israelites are within the melanated population. I believe that to be true because of logistics. Geographically, all of this took place in melanated populated areas. I also believe this to be true because melanated people have been on this earth 300,000 years, while non-melanated people have been on this earth for 20 to 50,000 years. Where did they come from? I believe it's in a lab. Just like you crossbreed a dog and it becomes a new dog, I believe that whoever else is on this earth besides humans created a new demographic of humanity. I don't have the words and the language right now to explain that, but yes, I do believe that non-melanated people were created. I just saw a video the other day where these non-melanated people were talking about taking melanin drops to help them tan from the inside out.
Make your tan. I think what we all want is a better tan with less sun exposure. I found these tanning drops from Zaria. You literally just put it in your water and you drink it every day. It helps to increase the melanin production in your skin because it has beta carotene in it. So you're gonna tan faster and it'll stay around longer and you won't have to have as much sun exposure, which is damaging to your skin. It literally tastes like watermelon.
You guys have melanin. It's just at such a low percentage that it's not observable. Your features are changed. That's what sets you different from us. The lack of melanin in your different features and your hair texture. Yeah, they do that to dogs too when they breed them out too. Then the future dogs breed the new dog. They don't go back to the old dog. So yeah, I believe that the tribe of Judah and God's bloodline back to David is actually within the melanated population.